All right, we got some live in-studio guests this week, and wrestling has got some sad news as of late. And then we got all the other stuff happening in the world of sports. But anyway, thanks for listening. This is the We Don't Know Sports Podcast. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the We Don't Know Sports Podcast. This is Chad the Mark with
Mr. Brown.
And
Canadian Biggie.
And back, Mongo Mania. He's back from Tennessee and COVID, and both of you guys are shaved, and that's really weird. But anyway, how you feeling, brother?
Pretty good. I had a good time on vacation. Almost started a bar fight.
Wait, you gotta fill us in there.
Okay, so
wait.
So
Tell the damn story.
So you just go. You got to fill us in. I'm gonna go on.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Chad asked for the story.
It was
He did.
Biggie cleaning your mic with hand wipes. That distracted me.
Post-COVID.
Go on.
So the story starts like this. I was 4 margaritas deep before we went to the bar. When we get there, my cousin had told me to keep an eye on his daughter. This was a big family beach trip. There's a bunch of family. My cousin's daughters, and it was like an attractive, like early 20s. And so we're at the bar. I've had a few drinks at the bar, and this guy walks over to her, puts his hand on her back, and slides it down to her ass. And I'm feeling good, so I just walk over, and I grab his hand and start shaking it and looking him in the eye.
This is awesome. All right.
So everybody around me starts to get a little nervous, and he squeezes my hand and says, "Back off, old man."
They're like Mongos on the loose.
So back off, old man.
Back off, old
How
man.
did that make you feel?
So I squeeze his hand back with everything in me because I gotta show this kid what it's like.
This kind of sounds like over the top.
Yeah. Then I turned my hat around backwards and I drank motor oil.
You showed him.
So
He flips a switch.
So it's like a switch.
Biggie just did it.
So
Oh, early in that movie. Bald head, nice mustache.
Yeah, you are.
Look like
if
a
you don't
left
know what
guard.
Biggie looks like, that's a good
He
definition.
says, "You're in a world of hurt, little man."
so I squeeze his hand with
People are like, "Why are
everything
we
in
doing
me.
over the top references.
And I tell him, I am old, and I'm going to make you call me daddy.
What? Did his hand grip immediately loosen and he tried to recoil?
His friends start pulling him back while Beth is yelling at me, "Sit down, sit down,
Old man.
old man."
And that's how we start the show. Welcome back, Mongo.
Hey, for stories like that, I understand, brother, why you only come around like once a month. You got to build your stamina back up after these endeavors.
I used all my testosterone in one fell swoop.
Well, welcome back.
All right, so let's give a rundown again real quick. So we do have an interview coming up. We had Mr. Brown and I had some in-studio guests before you guys got here, the Girl Gang.
Girl gang runners.
It's like 3 R's, I think.
Girl. Charleston, West Virginia.
So that's fun. So we hope everybody enjoys that. Biggie and Mongo, you guys definitely need to check that interview out whenever you get a chance to listen to the show. But anyway, I did want to kind of start with the world of wrestling. Why are you guys molesting the mic?
We're having fun down here. Why you keep picking on us?
Oh, my God. Quit shaking the mic.
I'm holding it. You said to hold it.
You're not holding it. Your arms, you were working it.
Jorgen's jerk.
You were talking about frickin' Magic Mike. I don't know.
Magic Mike. No, that was your mic was magic. But all right, so no. I'm taking a ominous tone now to make things darker.
All right, let's get back on track.
Why do we have to make it dark, though? I don't want to do that, but I feel like we have to acknowledge, especially me, I'm a wrestling fan. Terry Funk just passed away, and then right before we started the show, Bray Wyatt died.
Dark humor is like food. Not everyone gets it.
I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm just saying that we had some untimely passings.
No, I say that because I feel like I would hear that when they do the outside of the ring on Vice on Bray Wyatt. Because when we were talking before the show, like Mr. Brown had said, he was the next Undertaker. We all agreed he had the chance to become that next like phenom, and they screwed his whole character up. And I think that's why, I don't know what happened to him, but I felt like he was going to skyrocket as a star.
Great ring presence for a bigger guy. Amazing voice on the mic. I mean, he sold a story. And the fact is, when I saw him come out for the first time with the lantern and just walking down the ring in the dark, it kind of gave me chills for the first time. And as not being a current wrestling champion and seeing that, I'm like, man, if they don't make this guy a character, they need to fire everybody there in marketing.
Well, like that food joke's what you get out of him when he's turned down backwards with his hair doing that crab crawl. He had an amazing gimmick.
Yeah, they did drop the ball on it, and I am not pointing fingers anywhere on this, but
Just point the finger.
there's a lot of speculation about like what has happened. Nobody knows how he passed, and it's
Still early.
Yeah, I mean, with all respect there, like, it's not worth diving into that stuff too much. But, you talk about him struggling with his career and them dropping the ball with, his gimmick. He had some mental health issues when it came to that. And there was word that he was coming back, but he also said they had a life-threatening illness. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to kind of take into account here.
What's going on with him outside of the ring, too, because I believe he was married and then he got with like the ring girl.
Yeah, JoJo Offerman.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot going on. And if you have a life-threatening illness, changes your perspective on everything.
Here's a funny thing, and this is not funny about him passing, but the point is that JoJo was in that reality series. What was that? Remember?
Tough Enough?
It was for the ring, like, it was Tough Enough, and then she wasn't getting it, obviously, in ring skills. So then it looks like they're like, we'll just make an announcer out of her because clearly that's the path she needs to go down. Or just get with Bray Wyatt and just do her thing.
I don't think it was the plan initially, but yeah, it's funny how
Odd couple.
It is. It wouldn't seem that way, but man, it's just 36 years old. 36,
Younger than we are.
I know, right? That's just odd mortality. Now,
I think Hurricane Hillary got him.
well, that's very possible, Mongo. We'll talk about Hurricane Hillary. Terry Funk was the other one
I'm
that
pretty sure Hurricane Hillary is more about deleting emails than killing people. It seemed like the weather was okay.
it was washing the poop out of the street.
The poop and the emails.
A lot of people committing suicide after Hurricane Hillary.
Is that a fact? Is that what happened?
Save that for your segment.
I feel like he's trying to get his stuff in now.
Yeah. I got so much overflowing.
Terry Funk, one of the real hardcore legends of wrestling. Him and Mick Foley, when I was a kid, I remember they would have these matches where it'd be barbed wire instead of ropes.
Oh, yeah, in Japan.
There's a legendary photo of him in the ring with Mick Foley where he's blowing fire out of his mouth.
Yeah, Terry Funk was, he was a good worker. Back in the day you had, Ric Flair was kind of in the South. WWF was doing the thing in the North. Well, Terry Funk had like a little bit of the South in Texas, and he had that reputation there. He was kind of a big star. He would feud with a lot of people in, I can't think of what they used to, it's where Steve Austin got his start, down at the Sportatorium. I think it was in San Antonio. What a name for a place, Sportatorium.
We've come so far. You used to have the Sportatorium where you do sports. Now you have Crypto Arena because it was paid for by crypto. But now crypto doesn't exist. Like, why can't we have cool names like the Kingdome?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a price.
Wrigley Field, iconic.
Wrigley is the name of a company, though.
Yeah, but it's iconic. It's
So
not.
that's okay.
It's not crypto.
So you're
not
Staples. Staples was iconic.
No.
He appreciates the fact that there's some nostalgia there and no one's bought it out yet. And that's all it is. And I agree.
I read a report that before the Bengals finally decided to put a name on their stadium, that Jerry Jones was offering to buy the naming rights to it, just so they could do something.
He would. Well, he's one of the great growers of the league financially. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. It ain't because of what happened when Jimmy Johnson was running his franchise.
So he was mad at Mike Brown's cheap ass for not doing it. So he was like, I'll show him. I don't know how true that is.
Mike Brown's still going to fuck you with Joe Burrow. Enjoy these next couple years.
Maybe. I don't even know if we'll get that far. But all right. Let's say we talk a little baseball real quick. Mr. Brown had a couple things he wanted to get off his chest, maybe some trivial things. So what was it you had going on there in the noggin?
No, I mean, yesterday, big news. Shohei, he's going to be a free agent. They're talking about the biggest contract ever. They're talking about almost $800 million over 12 years. That's assuming you're getting Shohei who can play on both sides of the ball. And now he may possibly be getting Tommy John surgery out this year for sure, maybe next year. So that's how much is that knocking down his deal? One is my question for you guys, and we can get into the other after we go through that.
I would say that would take him down into that $500 million range as just a hitter for the simple fact he is such an attraction. It would be a second Tommy John surgery, so we'll see how it plays out. He could be a guy who transitions to, instead of being a starting pitcher, well, not really with his hitting, but Smoltz had the issues and he went to the bullpen. There's still ways you could get use out of him as a pitcher if he doesn't have that same longevity.
Well, here's the problem. So everybody's different, but historically it's much worse on your elbow and your arm to close than it is to start with a routine. So Smoltz is kind of like a weirdo as far as that goes, but Shohei, of anything, could absolutely follow Smoltz's footsteps and do that. But if anybody can, it's Shohei. But it is stressful because there's no routine in it and you're doing two-way.
I mean, I'm with you on the deal getting dropped down probably to that because now it's unknown, and I think the deal was so highly estimated to begin with. Maybe these owners will use this a little bit to kind of target it down.
Will. Maybe they will. They're using it already.
Yeah, we're gonna get this price back down here to reality. Let's all calm down.
Mariners just got in the bullpen in the ballpark for him. I mean,
nah, you keep saying
just
that.
Dropped $300 million.
Mariners ain't spending no money.
Yeah, they might.
Why are you so confident?
Well, why shouldn't I be?
Because they never do.
We're the home for all those players when they come over. Now we just got to get one after he's already been here.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Ichiro.
You let him go to the Marlins and Yankees.
After like 17 years.
Even the Reds are holding on to Joey Votto. It'd be more like the Reds. See how well it works out for them?
They're going to make playoffs this year.
That's questionable. They're a half game out.
So what was the other part of your question?
So the other big news today, Steven Strasburg announced his retirement. So when he first came up through the national system, he was highly regarded as Bryce Harper. They had the hitter, they had the pitcher. The sky's the limit for the Nationals. They won the World Series in 2019. They babied Strasburg all along the way out of San Diego State. And they still some people just can't stay healthy. And he's one of those scenarios. So I thought he was always great when he pitched, which he was. But when I dug into his stats a little bit, it kind of threw me off because he does have 113 wins, okay? And that don't sound like a lot, but I'm gonna get to this. So he's a 3-time All-Star, World Series champ, Silver Slugger back when pitchers used to hit, 32.3 WAR, 113 wins. So my point is he's called it a career, and my question to you guys is Jacob deGrom currently has 84 wins. Who will finish with more wins for their career?
Strasburg.
I agree. I know you agree too.
I do. But like DeGrom's amazing. His ERA is 2.53 for his career, and he's an amazing specimen. He's the Strasburg 2.0. And DeGrom's WAR is already 44. Think about that.
I mean,
84 wins.
Lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me how many of these pitchers you have nowadays, DeGrom, and more guys in that same age range that just can't stay healthy. All the advancements they've made, you'll go back and you have guys, Maddox, Smoltz had the injuries, Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Schilling, these guys that pitched forever and never had an injury. It's just amazing.
Well, you're not going to have any 300-game winners anymore. But the fact that when I went back and looked that he won 113, I feel like he's been hurt for the last half decade. That's how it feels. And the fact that he has 113 shocked the hell out of me because I was thinking he'd be below DeGrom, honestly.
if Verlander doesn't get 300, there's never another pitcher that gets close, right?
And he's not getting there.
He needed to have the year he had last year,
Like 252,
this year, and
I
next
think.
year. He's around 260.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, without looking it up. So, but yeah, I think the Mets' tenure, as short as it was, kind of aged him 2 years, and he needed a few more years to get there, and I don't know if he's got it after that debacle in New York this year.
You took the mic. I thought you were going to keep going. Biggie's no rebuttal. So I feel like the whole point of the questions was you didn't even want our answer. You just wanted to kind of bring up the fact that DeGrom is just maybe a lost cause at this point.
I mean, it's shocking that I just wanted to compare it because they're on similar paths. And I didn't really realize how good Strasburg was because I feel like he didn't pitch as much as he actually did early on.
I feel like you have kind of had that slant towards Strasburg, and I get it because like there was 2 playoff races where they just shut him down when he could have helped.
So looking at it now, like they're trying to do all this to save him, and now he's retiring at like 12 years in, which is shocking as well. But he hasn't played for half a decade, so
that's hey, prospect to the moon, man. But hey, he got his World Series ring. But was there anything else on the baseball front you had?
The only thing really, and Biggie can touch on this, is the biggest race now is suddenly the AL West, where you got the Rangers, Astros, and the Red Hot Mariners doing their thing, and it's going to come down to the wire there.
You're gonna get him started again after I told him to calm down. But you feeling good? Or what's the end game here in the AL West?
I like our chances to take division if we can keep playing the way that we are. Obviously, it's the Rangers are in first. Astros are a game out. We're a game and a half out. We just swept the Astros. We had an 8-game winning streak. We lost 2 in extras, won another 8, lost 1 in the 9th, 1 in extras. We're 24-8 in our last 32. That's the most wins in the majors in that span. 2 teams we're chasing, the Rangers and the Astros, both have at least 10 wins less than us in that same span. We're trending in the right direction into September to take the division.
Where did he come up with all that?
I feel like that was the scene from Old School where he was in a debate with James Carville, whatever his name
What
is.
just happened? I just blacked out.
And it's like everybody hugs him and like collapses over. That's what just happened.
Where'd it go, Frank the Tank?
He's like, where am I?
Also, Julio Rodriguez last week set a Major League Baseball record for the most hits in a 4-game span. He had 17 hits.
I also just realized he's our version of Frank Fleming for the Mets.
Really?
Yeah. Because Frank can just spout out stats and he loses it. He's like a open ticking time bomb like Canadian Biggie here, but like he's a walking, talking stat trivia man.
And here I thought you had something to say about that hitting record getting broken. We just had to talk about Biggie's brain aneurysms.
Yeah.
Anything else on baseball, Biggie? You good? You got that off your chest?
I feel like we're good on baseball right now.
All right, so I got a bunch of football stuff we'll get to, but I think we'll go ahead and kick it over to the interview real quick. Let everybody listen to that. We had, what was it, 7, 8 people, 25?
Yeah, it was at least a handful, 5 to 10.
We had a good time representing a culture of things that we're not necessarily acquainted with. We're not runners.
Exactly, but it's good for you, and you'll find out why here in a minute.
All right, Mr. Brown, it's not often that we have people that come down to the man cave and actually want to be a part of the show. You know what happens? They usually sit in the background, and then you'll say something snarky, and then they want to chime in. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they don't want to get in until they're on the spot on the hot seat, you know.
This is a little different, though, because we have people that came wanting to be on the show. And, you know, we have a national audience, but we got a little West Virginia flair, a little West Virginia love, and you know, it's a little different. Not necessarily sports that we always talk about. I'm just going to be honest with you. I hate running.
And here's the thing for me. So I was really fast, believe it or not, back in the day, about 50 pounds ago. I never thought about running track because, like you, I just hated to run. I felt like I needed to be in a competition as far as the running's involved in.
You needed something to chase, the carrot on the stick. So we have from the local area here, I guess Charleston, West Virginia would be the best place to say, Girl Gang Runners. And Trish is with us, who we actually grew up with. So Tricia, nice to see you. How's everything going?
It's going good.
You brought a bunch of people with you.
A small bit.
So when I was asking her about coming on, like you said about people usually calling in or being there, I was like, do you want to get on Zoom or do you want to be at the cave? And she goes, oh, hell no, we're coming to the cave.
They can't pass up that opportunity. It took us a half hour to get to the interview because they were just walking around looking at it, basking in its glory. Word. So what's up with the group Girl Gang Runners? What is that exactly?
Okay, so we are a local running group here in Charleston, West Virginia area, and we're primarily women, but we do have some of our guys.
You can talk on the mic, Tricia.
So sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. Okay.
it's just a solo mic. You got to talk right on it.
All right, so we're about 30 people in our gang. We have mostly women and a few of our guy friends. And we just like to go out and have fun on the run. And we're getting ready for a couple big races coming up. One that is very big is the CDR, which is the Charleston Distance Run. And it is Saturday, September 2nd. It's the 50th anniversary. And it's America's 15-miler.
So I'm not a runner, but the CDR, the Charleston Distance Race, my understanding is it's one of the most brutal runs that you can do because it is so up and down. You got a lot of elevation. It's West Virginia, damn it. That's what it is.
That's what it is. You got to have hills. And myself, I like hills. My gang doesn't really care for hills. But I do. I love them, and I have a little joke I like to say to them whenever they start bitching about oh God, another hill, Trish.
Are they talking about heels like HILLS or are they running in heels?
No, HILL.
I was just making sure. I mean.
Well, you know our accents, man. Come on.
Goalie.
I knew you guys were going to give me so much shit. I knew it.
That's what we do. But you can give it back. We'll take it.
Well, what I was going to say is my little joke that I say is, you know what they say about hills? They're like dicks. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down, but they don't stay hard forever. So,
You know what? Mr. Brown says that all the time.
At least once a week.
They make a pill for that.
Yeah.
And, running is like a love-hate relationship, But
I'm on the hate side.
I never liked running either. When
I was going to say, just thinking about her growing up, do you ever think she'd be a runner?
I never crossed my mind, but I knew. Anyway, so what got you into running? What made you get into this?
Yeah, so let's unpack it. I want to hear from everybody how you got into it, and then come back and tell us how the group started. How did that originate?
Okay, so I'm gonna give the mic over to Monica and let her.
All right, so we got a new voice coming on. We got Monica. Hi, Monica. How's it going?
Hi, it's going okay. How are you?
You don't seem like you're thrilled to have the microphone.
I don't know why I have to be first.
You're technically second.
Well, I mean, why I got into running, though. Why I have to be first, Trish.
I'll tell you what. I'll be first. I did try to do running once, and I lost 40 pounds by doing it. I was running every day. I had a set schedule, and then working the life I work, you don't get a set schedule very often, and I fell back off, and I got fat again. And I just don't like the way my lungs are on fire. I can taste the blood in my breath when I'm running. I don't like it. Y'all are nodding your head a little bit like you know what I'm talking about. And some of you are probably like, well, that's just the runner's high. You got to get through it, and it's going to be great. You're crazier than hell. It's your body telling you, stop killing me. I broke him.
If there's someone else that wants to go first, that's good.
I will go. But I have to start a little bit before I started running.
Okay.
Because in October 2017, I weighed about 425 pounds.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not
What?
joking.
Are you shit?
So I started.
Mr. Brown, do you believe this?
I don't.
I'll show you pictures after.
I don't see this.
I believe you, but I don't believe it. You know what I mean?
So I started doing Weight Watchers, and I slowly started walking, and I could only walk probably about 15 minutes at a time, and was dying after 15 minutes. And so I just slowly started building on it. And by October of 2018, I'd lost I think I was down about 160 pounds at that point. And I decided I wanted to try to start running. And I was still about 295 pounds at that point. And so I started with a program called Ease into 5K, which is like Couch to 5K. And it started with just like 30 seconds of running, and I was dying. But I was determined that I was going to get through this. So I made it through the program and did my first 5K in-person race. Took me 48 minutes, and I ran the entire time and totally cried my eyes out when I crossed the finish line because it had taken a lot to do that. So that's what, how I've met Trish and everybody was through the races and everything, and I've just stuck with it. And I'm up a little bit right now. At my lowest, I'd lost 246 pounds, but
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
up some right now, and it's kind of slowing me down.
So, we like to have a lot of fun here, and we're sitting here, like, cutting up, and then you come in with this inspirational story. Like, I mean, this ain't even a Hallmark movie. It'd go to the theaters. This is good shit.
This is a reality series right here in our lap.
So hats off to you. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I apologize for my previous discretions disparaging running. Clearly, it's a miracle drug, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, that was fantastic. That is amazing. I have so many more questions, but we have other people.
She was scared of going first. Now, good luck to the rest of it.
Yeah, I know why you went first. Yeah. She liked you, let you go first.
Everybody has a story, and everybody's story is just, their reasons are just as powerful to them as mine was to me.
Right. Everybody's in a different place.
Right, exactly.
No, I can appreciate that. But I'll tell you what, I'd be arrogant as hell if I had done that. Like, I'd be like,
not to be.
I'd be telling people,
not.
like, you know what, Mr. Brown, you fat sack of crap, get off the couch and go running with me. I would just hit you up all the time like that. That's great. All right. Anything else, or can we hear from some of the rest of the group here? We only got 27 more people to go.
You guys talk first.
Oh, now we're arguing who's next. They're thinking about it.
Yeah.
All right, Sissy.
Okay, I'm Sissy Lang, and my story probably goes back even further because I'm older. I'm 65, and I'm okay with it.
Wow.
So I've been running now for probably since I was probably about in the 12th grade. I started doing the CDR with a group locally, got married, moved away. Life takes its turn.
Where'd you move to?
I went to Lexington, and I went to Indiana, and I was living in Maryland, but I'm back here now.
We're at Maryland. I used to live in Maryland.
Germantown, Gaithersburg area.
Gaithers, I was on the other side. I was in Anne Arundel County, PG County.
PG County.
That area.
I love PG County. So I started, when I moved back here about 8 years ago, I was still running and didn't have a running group. Started going to Park Run, met some people there. But then I saw Trish and them in their little girl gang shirts, and I'm that person that just likes to be part of.
That's good advertising, Tricia. Good job.
But like Monica, I'm a type 1 diabetic, 1.50. So I started to run, and my A1C continued to get better. And although I'm insulin dependent, I'm a controlled diabetic. So running's been good for my health. I have high blood pressure. It's kept it down. So for me, it's just, it's a way of life. Like, I get out of the bed in the morning, and my first thought is, I need to do my run. And I do that before I do anything else. But I work from home, so it allows
that
me.
helps, right? I bet all of you guys are like that to a certain point. Like, if you don't get your run in, does it eat at you?
Well, you're not such a nice person. It just, I mean, that's the best way to put it. It just makes me edgy. Even on my rest days, I'm edgy because, that's just what I do. And I just have to tell this. So come October 8th, I'll be running my second marathon, but I'll be running Chicago.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited. I'm running on Team Diabetes, so it's pretty exciting.
So how's the process to get into a race like that?
So I'm not fast, but I'm consistent. So for me, I said, well, I'll run on a charity team. So I applied for a charity team, and I knew since I was diabetic, my chances were good. So I got on Team Diabetes. You have to raise $2,000. And they pick certain amount of people, and I was chosen. So,
Well, congratulations. You get to carry that torch. That's nice.
excited.
All right, we're up next. Who we got?
Sue Empsh.
All right, Sue. So tell us how you got into running. What's your story?
I started running probably seriously when COVID hit. I just wanted to get out of the house and
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, and it helped me stay sane and have a bunch of autoimmune issues. So it helps keep me healthy, and I really enjoy it.
All right. I mean, I'm sorry you had to follow those other stories. That wasn't fair.
Yeah, I've lost about 70 pounds.
Oh. So, I'm not a runner, but I can empathize with this. Mr. Brown can tell you I was probably, almost 100 pounds heavier than I am right now. So, I get it. It just sucks that we get to a certain age and we finally realize that. And you're like, why wasn't I doing this all along, right?
Exactly.
That's probably the most frustrating thing.
I think about when I was raising children, the stress of that, it would have been so helpful to manage that stress.
Just get that outlet.
Yes, exactly.
Literally burn the stress off, not just the calories.
Exactly.
Right? Put that on a t-shirt, Tricia.
Yeah.
All right. Who else we got? We got two gentlemen with us. So even though it's, am I saying it right when I say, is it girl? Okay. Girl gang runners.
Girl gang. Yeah, and friends. See?
And friends.
So we got two friends coming up.
That's it.
All right. So let's get some testosterone back on the podcast here.
There you
Let's hear it.
All right, I'm Todd Quigley. I ran track in high school. That was a very long time ago. And, of course, I didn't do anything since. And, same kind of deal. You're sitting on your hind end. During COVID, you're working from home. Just decided that was it. I got to get up off my butt and do something. And I found there's a wonderful group called Genesis Running. And they will take you from the couch. And they trained me up to run a 5K. And then I continued with them. And they trained me on, I ran a 10K. And then I decided I was going to run a half marathon. And then I thought, there's a CDR. And so I started training for that. And that's when I actually met the people in the Girl Gang. I met them at a race, and we just kind of hooked up then.
So, Genesis, you said they will literally just see where you're at in life and where you need to go and get you up to speed.
Absolutely. They have several classes that you take, and they start you from nothing. You literally run for 30 seconds and walk for 90. That's how you start. And by the end, you're running a 5K. They'll take you to your first.
It's just baby steps, right? Just do better than you did last time.
That's it. It's all about just the forward momentum, keeping it going.
So what is a 5K? Is that like a mile?
3.1.
How many laps around the track at the high school?
Yeah. See,
I'm not Canadian, damn it.
This damn metric system.
Yeah, right. I'm that generation that knows nothing about the metric system, but I know 5Ks.
That's just because you were in track in high school.
A 10K 6.2. You can do those conversions real quick.
Hey, a marathon is in miles. I know that much.
That's it. Yeah. So
I don't know why they have a 0.2 in there, but
yeah, I have no idea.
good.
And you know what they say? The first guy that ran the marathon died. So, well, let's do that.
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like I said, just do it better than you did before.
That's
And
it.
He died, just don't die.
And that's what, and a bunch of us, and I'm so glad that I found the Girl Gang. I mean, they introduced me to Park Run and a bunch of other things, and it's just over my 1-year anniversary of hooking up with them and running and hanging out with them. It's been a great year. I can't imagine doing this without them.
Awesome,
Fantastic.
Man. That's a ringing endorsement right there.
No,
So it's about the camaraderie and the getting out and
doing it. It's the
doing
greatest group of people. It's all ages. It's all backgrounds. It's all speeds. Yeah. I mean, it's really just a great group of people.
All right. Well, we got to hear another voice there in the background. So let's pass it over for the last but not least, or maybe least. I don't know. No pressure.
At least I'm
Captain America.
Does have a Captain America shirt
I'm the
on.
newest. I guess I've been running with these guys for almost a month. the best way to kind of back this up is to explain who I am. And I'm a newspaper writer for the Charleston Gazette Mail. I am a professional.
Boys and girls, that is a paper print publication that sometimes comes 7 days a week, but it depends on where you live.
Anymore. It comes about 5. But anyway, it's been real popular. It's been real popular that way. So basically, I'm a columnist, and the best way to put it is I'm a professional horse's ass. So about 7 years ago, I had this kind of an idea. I was kind of going through something. I was in a rut. I was unhappy, and I was trying to avoid going to a Christmas party. So my boss's Christmas party. At the same time I was doing that, I got an email from a UK animal rights group that wanted me to give up animal products for the month of January. And I was like, no, you silly hippie, I'm not giving up. But then I kind of held back and said, wait a second, I don't know much about vegans, and Januaries are really slow in features, and we needed something. So I pitched the idea to my boss, and she said, that's kind of boring. It's just 1 month. I said, what if I did for a year? So you're going to write about being a vegan for a year? And I said, what if I did something every month for a year? Something new. So one was January was being a vegan, and I did it for the whole year. Then I was into improv comedy, and then I was working at a bakery, and it was just one thing after another, yoga. So that turned into about 7 years. Along the way, I kind of gained some more weight. I wasn't a small guy to begin with, but I was a pretty hefty guy. And then in 2018, I had a health scare, and I've been on for medicine for hypertension, for cholesterol. I tried to cheat, use a month for relaxation. So I tried to find ways to relax and went to a spa and had people massage me.
You got to spoil yourself every now and then.
It's a great gig. But I got this. I had a bad health check. I freaked out and put myself on a diet and started exercising, and then got into running in preparation for a Spartan race. This was 2019.
So I've flirted with the idea of doing these Spartan races before. So and do me a favor when you're talking, move the mic like you're pointing it. Like, right, there you go. Like all right. So Spartan race. Did you actually sign up for one?
I did, and actually today is the 1 year, not the 1 year, but the 4-year anniversary of me doing a Spartan Beast race. So I trained for a 13-mile obstacle course race, which was like training from a half marathon, which was overtraining completely. But I did that. I did the distance run. I got talked into that. And I kept running because it was helpful with stress. It kind of kept me moving. I was doing my other exercise stuff, and it was really kind of overkill. So I changed quite a bit. I lost about 85 pounds and then kind of bulked up a little bit.
Oh, easy gun show.
You got the gun show, right. But I didn't do the distance run again. So I was coming back to the column had been gone for about a year, and we were relaunching it. And I was trying to get ready for the distance run. I was trying to find some way to do it. And I was training really badly one day and actually saw them on the boulevard. And they waved at me. And I was like, so that I kind of tracked them down.
Yeah, because normally people on the boulevard, they don't wave. They don't.
They don't. But yeah, so that's how it happened. So back in July, I saw them running, and I kind of put 2 and 2 together, figured them out, and said, hey, I'm doing this thing, and I'd like to meet your group. And then Trish said, come on, we run Tuesdays at Spring Hill Cemetery. So I did, and I've been kind of hanging out since.
That's a great place for motivation. Just run from the ghosts. I like that. I mean, it's like, especially like all of you guys had these incredible stories, like coming back from, I have a brother-in-law actually that you might even know.
Yeah,
No, Steve, you know Steve Sisson? All right.
We know him.
What about Brad Deal?
Yeah, we know.
Everybody knows Brad. He's always the loudest guy in the room. Brad, I used to give him a hard time when he got into running all of a sudden, because he used to smoke like crazy, and he enjoys beverages of the adult kind all the time. And I asked him, I was like, "What are you running from?" He goes, "My former fat self every single day." And I was like, "Damn, that was a good zinger." He had me, so I couldn't pick him anymore. But no, he's stuck with it. And he's ran in the Boston Marathon, New York Marathon. Like
he's a super overachiever.
Yeah, he. Just ask him; he'll tell you.
Oh, he will definitely tell you.
So let's bring it back to the girl group. How many people are in it?
Around, I'd say about 30. Not always do they come every Sunday, but a majority of
Well, we got a taste of that a second ago.
What?
Not everybody shows up.
That's right. Oh yeah.
They show up and then they leave.
I just got to call it out. We're not going to throw anybody under the bus, no names, but I love Smokey and the Bandit. And I was ready for Smokey to be pulling in here behind the Bandit. That was fantastic.
Oh, geez, Louise.
I was just waiting on Buford T. Justice. He wasn't here. But either way, we had a good turnout. We didn't have room for everybody. But so 50 people. How often do you guys try to get together? Is it like every week, every other week?
Yep. So like every Sunday we do a long run, and that is like our gang.
So what constitutes a long run?
Between now that so not just a distance run, but a bunch of us are also doing our first marathon, and that's the Greenbrier Trail Marathon, October 8th. When Sissy's going to be in Chicago, we will be on the Greenbrier River Trail doing 26.2 And
how many times you gonna give that quote about dicks that day?
flat one. This one's a flat one, so
that helps.
So now the
Continue.
long runs have kind of like changed from being like, it's got to be like 9 miles and above to be like a long run for now, because I mean we've been doing so many miles.
You've ascended. This isn't even your final form. I got it.
1% downhill grade the whole way on this marathon. So.
See, those would kill me. I feel like that would give me shin splints just from running downhill.
You don't even run, Chad. I mean, how's it going to give you shin splints?
I used to.
Well, there's
remember.
still time for you. You can still pick it up at any time.
My lower body looks like a runner. I have no fat under my waist. For some reason, that stops at the equator. I don't know why. So
and no legs. No legs.
that's what I was saying.
What?
I got bird legs.
So it's like people look at you and they're like, bro,
They're like, what a weird looking dude is what they say.
It's like, how does he not tip over when he walks?
Especially before when I was really fat. That was scary. But
I don't think you were ever fat, but when you were a kid, you reminded me of Skeeter from the Muppet Babies.
oh man. Hey.
That's not bad, Joe.
So, what's great is we also went to high school with a guy who had a Muppet Babies nickname. We had Beep.
We did
He was
have
named
Beep.
after Beaker because that's what he sounded like as a kid. He just beeped a lot. Beep, 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 beep.
He's an odd one for sure. What's he up to these days?
I'm not entirely sure, but I believe he's a history author. I think so.
guarantee you one thing: it's not running.
I don't know, it could be.
Well, I mean, I never liked running in school either. I was always trying to get a note to Mrs. Carter, like, hey, I'm sick for the day. I can't do that mile run around the track, but here I am. She's very proud of me now. I can't believe it. Mrs. Carter, our gym teacher from middle school, she can't believe it.
Did she have a wig? Was that real?
I think so. I think she did.
You know what I'm talking about?
I remember Miss Carter. So what about her and Limley at lunchtime?
There was a big open gymnasium, and there was
I bet he knows if it was a wig. Anyways.
Trisha's immediately regretting coming on our show.
Oh, God.
Maybe she didn't listen to enough episodes before.
I'm always saying, hey, you guys. I pop up once in a while.
No, we appreciate it. So, all right, so big things going on. Do you have a goal for the group? Like, what does the perfect world look like for Girl Gang runners, and where does it go from here?
Well, we always like new people, joining in, provided you're not toxic. I mean, we want all good vibes because we're not in competition with anybody but ourselves, and we're just trying to be better than the day before. So basically, Girl Gang is motivation, inspirational, and fun. So, and we like to, I don't know, speaking for myself, I like to have beers too. There's a misconception. That's right. There's hey, yeah. It's good stuff there. I'm telling you, that and Short Story is real good. But there's some misconceptions about us runners. We're not all, straight edge, super, diet fans. I mean, we do like to, have some beers after. Yeah. You got it. You got to have calories to burn, you got to have calories to like get you through, to push through the runs, and beer's a great carb, it's the best carb. And the Charleston distance run, there is some really great people that have their own aid stations, and unofficial beer stations as well. So, get your liquid carbs on the run,
This show is brought to you by Big League Chew Bubblegum. Out of Here Original. It's sponsored by the National Baseball Hall of Fame and also Unicorn Fruit Snacks made with real fruit juice.
Now, first of all, we want to appreciate the group for bringing us the Big League Chew because I can't tell you the last time I've had it.
Don't forget the stickers, sticky
the
notes.
stickers near Chad, so he'll have to roll with that one.
Oh, what is it? It's GoGoNotCryCry.
And what is that?
That sounds like Yoda. Is this a flip book?
It's a picture of me winning first place.
Oh, how conceited.
You said, is this Yoda?
No, that's how. Not the picture, damn it. The GoGoNotCryCry. Yoda says things weird.
Yeah, I know.
Like do or do not, there is no try. Come on.
Perfect.
Why are you hating on me?
That's a perfect saying for this.
And then I was all confused. I thought it was a flip book.
It
would have been cool if you were like,
You can just use
I'll draw stick
individual
people.
sticky notes and tack them up in case you forget something.
I will use this so I know when to edit the
We
podcast.
said it off the air, but go, not cry. What does it mean again?
Exactly what it says. I mean, you just don't stop. You can go and cry if you need to because, we do that sometimes on the run.
Encouraging.
But just don't stop. Just keep going.
Just don't stop.
One step in front of the other, keep moving forward.
All right, we're going to hit some rapid fire here as we wrap up. I have a couple questions. So first, this is going to be music related. Everybody who runs, I feel like they got music in there. So give me one song that gets you going, and then we'll pass the mic around. So one song gets you fired up when you're running.
Panama. Yeah.
Oh, we deferred.
Anything from Pitbull.
Wow.
Nice.
I listen to everything.
Now you got to pick one on the spot.
Oh, gosh. Tennessee Whiskey.
Nice.
I listen to Metallica.
See, now you're speaking my language.
Ministry.
Oh, see, these guys are aggressive runners.
Whatever it takes, Imagine Dragons.
I have a bad place in my heart for that song. I work with a guy who changed the lyrics to a work-related song, and now I can't ever listen to it. It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Dustin, if you're listening, I'm sorry. All right, we talked about. Did you give me your song? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, Panama.
Okay, just making sure.
Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
What's wrong with Van Hagar?
It's not.
Arguably, some of their best work was done in the Sammy Hagar era.
It's not the Roth, though. The Roth says something else that I love to say, and that is, it doesn't matter.
I ain't got no money.
That too. But what I was going to say is, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It matters that you look good doing it.
Doobity bop. Hey, you know what's great about David Lee Roth? Have you listened to his bluegrass at all? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's an album called, get this, Strummin' with the Devil.
No.
He's just doing bluegrass.
I want to check that out.
So anyway, all right, last question, and then we'll wrap it up. So we talk about running, burning all these calories. We talked a little bit about drinking, but what food, like what's your cheat meal? You went out, you had a great run, you had a great race, and no limits. You're like, I'm just going to splurge here. What would you eat?
Tacos.
Just taco. Every day's
bunch of
Taco
'em.
Tuesday.
Oh, it don't have to be Tuesday. It can be any day.
Soft shell or hard shell?
Soft shell.
All right, I respect that. Next.
Pizza. Pizza in a bowl. No bread.
Ooh, yeah, Marcos has those. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. When I get done with the run, I just crave meat. I don't care what it is, just meat.
Metallica.
Meat Metallica. That's it, baby.
I got two different ones: pulled pork nachos from Pies and Pints,
Hell yes.
or I'd go with the PG fries at Sam's, which is this loaded cheese fries.
Nice. I love the wings at Pies and Pints with that cheese sauce. Oh,
We're hungry boys.
Yum, y'all. Yum.
All right.
I'll say this, and that's Biggie's line, but like anybody's ever been married, like the way you solve a problem is what do you want to eat? And if you say pizza, no one ever gets mad. That's a fight solver when you just say pizza. All right, deal.
However, do you put pineapple on your pizza?
I like pineapple.
See, we're not fighting yet. We're good. But some people are going to fight over that.
Hey, no. When I lived up in upstate New York, we always ate this one pizza. It was called the Immaculate Conception, and it was
Sweet baby Jesus. Wow.
barbecue chicken, ricotta, and banana peppers.
That actually sounds fire.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been fun. I got to say, I feel no bullshit, actually. Like, cool stories, like, very inspirational. Hopefully, some of our listeners can get something out of that. Maybe you're thinking about making a change. You know, we've all been in a place where maybe we need to do some things different, and you guys help give some inspiration there. I appreciate the stories, like the things that you have coming up. Charleston Distance Run, no joke. Greenbrier Trail seems like that would be pretty cool.
Chicago.
Love Chicago.
Yeah.
So you can get some deep dish while you're out there. Can't go wrong.
Illuminati's.
Illuminati's Pizza. That's a recommendation. We're not part of the Illuminati, just to be clear. Last thing I'll say, locally, I think what you guys need to do, you need to reach out to the Peddler down in Huntington. They have a beer that I think is right up your alley. Are you aware of Brondo?
No.
All right, so do you know the reference at all? Mm-mm. So the movie Idiocracy, everything in the future they give Brondo to because it's got what plants crave. It's electrolytes. Right. So you know
nice.
the joke. So it's a Gatorade-infused beer.
Sweet.
Make this a thing. We can put them on the map. It's like a red Gatorade, but it's a beer.
That sounds pretty neat. I'm going to have to check that out.
So, hey, Peddler, if you're listening, we just gave you free advertisement. Show up at the Charleston Distance Run and take this bitch over. That's where we're at.
Woo, yeah.
All right. Well, give a shout out on your socials. Where can everybody find information about the group?
Okay, so on Facebook, we have a group, and if you go to Girl Gang Runners and Friends.
How many R's in it? GRRL?
That's right,
All right.
girl. And I'm the boss lady, or that's what my gang calls me anyways. But
It's a gang now.
It is a gang, Girl Gang Runners and Friends, because we have guys too. But you are welcome to join us if you are all good vibes.
Are the guys allowed to wear the shirts or only the girls?
They can if they want.
Because they didn't wear it today.
They don't.
You guys represented, and it's like they're still going through the initiation.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't took the
It's a
soap
hazing.
and a rope yet or something.
They're prospects. They haven't been full-fledged members yet.
Yeah, I think
They do.
we would
glow.
like to be there when you get your shirts, okay? Because we'll encourage that.
I'm sure that's a hell of an event to be at.
They glow in the dark too. These shirts. do.
Safety. I like it.
That's right.
Or you
we
might just be
glow
scared
all
of
the
it.
time. Okay, we're.
You don't
shining.
need the shirt to glow.
That's right.
You're lighting up this room. We appreciate
Touche.
you. All right. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate you, and it's been a blast.
Thanks so much.
And I'm just going to bring it back after the interview there. We're talking fantasy football because we got our big draft Saturday, and we just, I don't know, how long does it normally take?
5 hours.
5 hours, but, we go all out. We do our wrestling entrances. We get music and pyro and God knows what. It's a good time.
It is a good time.
Karaoke
That's not a good time.
for non-blondes.
And Wagon
Just
Wheel.
depends who's singing.
I heard Wagon Wheel 19 times and What's Up by Four Non-Blondes 27 times.
Feed Jake. How many times did you hear that?
Well, I don't think it ever got all the way through. Someone always skipped it, but we got it played. That and then Jake requesting songs that were inaudible. He would just, I can't think of what he would say.
Alexa, play that jazz by the Jack Potts Pilots.
That's kind of what I'm, yeah.
Only difference is he calls it Siri, so he still never gets his request.
Yeah, He does.
Yeah. No matter what he says, it's always Siri, and everyone hates him because they ignore him.
All right, so let's go live and in the room. Mongo here is actually drafting a fantasy team right now.
Yes, I am.
How's it going so far?
It's going all right. I forgot about it and didn't. I got a reminder like 30 seconds before the draft. So far, a 14-team league. I'm not happy with my QB, but I've got Tua, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs at running backs, DK Metcalf, and George Pickens at receivers, TJ Hawkinson at tight end, Kamara in the flex, and right now Michael Thomas on the bench.
I'm not loving it.
Well, mid-season you might love it when Kamara's back from his suspension and Thomas is in mid-season form. And now Hawkinson, who is an absolute stud and should have big numbers, is holding out or threatening a holdout because he wants a bigger contract from the Vikings, which they are not willing to meet halfway on.
I mean, he's a solid tight end, but I mean, he's not.
Dude, he's got excellent hands.
Oh, I know, but
Play Madden with him. He catches it behind his head, one hand,
damn
and
it,
one eye.
you can't use Madden to determine this. No one even likes
who
Madden.
Who was one of the
now.
best wide receivers in the league last year? Tyreek?
Sure.
He doesn't watch film. You know how he figures out who the good corners are? He plays Madden the night before and sees what their ratings are.
He did say that.
Yeah, but did you see his like top 5 wide receivers all time?
Did he have George Pickens in there?
He did not have Jerry Rice in his top 5.
That's
Because
disrespect.
Jerry Rice cheated with using Stickum.
Really?
Maybe because Jerry Rice actually knew how to run any route in the building, and these other guys just rely on their Hail Mary and their speed.
One of my favorite players of all time. The dude ran a 4.7 40, and he's arguably the best receiver all time.
Amazing hands, and he, like you said, was a perfect route runner.
And he cheated with Stickum.
Apparently. For years and years, I'd heard he used it early in his career, and then they banned it. And recently in an interview, they said that he kept using a spray on his gloves throughout his career, even though it was banned in the mid-'80s. So I don't know.
But think about his stats, though. He put these stats up in an era where you run first, throw second, and now it's a passing game, and he still dwarfs all these other receivers coming through, despite the fact that it was running the West Coast offense. So they were way ahead of their game or their era.
Have you seen that running course that he's got? It's like on his property, and people will come run on it.
Is it the one like goes up the sand hill or whatever?
Yeah, it's through the mountains, and people can't keep up with him still.
He's a bad man. And he's not even on Nugenics now. He's one of the good guys. It's all natty, baby. Can we dive into some other you're going to keep us posted, though, on the draft as we unfold, right?
Absolutely. If I can focus on both.
If I was good enough at the soundboard, I'd have like that ESPN chime with the draft. Whatever it was. Hey, what's up with Jim Harbaugh, Biggie? Why is he in trouble and he only got 3-game suspension?
Well, the school decided to self-impose a 3-game suspension. Originally, the NCAA had a 4-game suspension that was then overturned, and then it was going to be pushed back to next year to see whether or not it was even going to be implemented. I don't know all the exact details, but apparently he bought the wrong cheeseburger for the wrong kid.
Is that what it was? It was a recruiting
to a food thing, or at least that's what I read. But I don't know all the details.
Dude, I remember when Rick Majerus for Utah got in trouble for that stuff. Listen to this story, man. Rick Majerus, Sweet 16, Utah, they were pretty solid. And there was a kid on the team that he got a phone call about. The kid's parents both died in an automobile accident. So Rick Majerus, the coach, he goes to go tell him. So he takes him out for breakfast at like a Denny's or something like that. And, just ruins his kid's life, turns it upside down, pays for breakfast, pays for his plane ticket home so he can go to the funeral, and they get NCAA sanctions for it.
I got another one for you. When Paul Pierce, he was...
You don't have a reaction to that at all? You're just like, let me tell you mine. You're sitting there listening to my story the whole time, you son of a bitch.
I just wanted to get a reaction.
Bullshit. You selfish bastard.
So, back to my story.
Paul
Paul Pierce was an L.A. kid. Got recruited to Kansas. Roy Williams got put on violation because in Southern California, it's always warm. It gets cold in Kansas. He bought him a winter coat, some pants, and a few other items for those cold winters. That's an NCAA infraction. I was following up yours with that just to show you how stupid the NCAA is and why was it ever the governing body?
You know, he's just trying to make me feel bad with that, and I kind of do a little bit.
You did a good job.
I'm sorry, Biggie.
You are the asshole, Chad.
But he's our asshole.
I just want to apologize. That's a good story. Thank you for tying it together. The NCAA sucks. Wait, pick us up. Give it to Mongo. Give him the mic.
All right, right now, like the top options, I'm just looking at them all.
Yeah,
ranked
we get our input.
I've got Komet, Cousins, Quentin Johnson, Moore from Arizona, Rashad Penny.
This is trash.
Yeah, best available. Auto draft that shit.
You're done, Brad. Just go ahead and sign off for the night.
Yeah, we're late in the draft.
That shouldn't even be allowed on our show, this trash.
Bringing it down. Speaking of things that are trash, what the fuck is wrong with Will Levis? Did you see that? You know what I'm talking
likes
about.
a certain he likes his coffee a certain way.
I didn't know where you were going there.
With mayonnaise.
Yes.
Coffee and mayonnaise.
So
Can you get that at Starbucks?
Well, you're going to be able to now because he's
At
white.
McDonald's.
No, he's white. They'll have it at Starbucks. It'll be an Avente.
Man, I don't get of all things to be obsessed with, this dude like loves mayo. And was it Hellman's they gave him like a lifetime deal or Heinz?
It was either Hellman's or Duke's.
So here's the problem. In today's social media world, like black people associate white people with mayonnaise. And now that he's doing this, he just put it to a whole nother level.
On brand.
So I have a question for you, and I'm leading into something
All
here.
right.
So if black people associate white people with mayonnaise,
Yes, sir.
what would black people be associated with for a condiment?
Hot sauce.
Okay. That's what I was
We really wanna
thinking
say
too, just because of that Friday movie, you know, the hot sauce. I bring this up because this is the most interesting class as far as endorsements,
Forgive
I believe,
me.
in the history of the NFL. Bijan Robinson drafted 9th or 10th by the Atlanta Falcons. Do you know what his endorsement deal is?
I didn't know he had one. That's bias in the media.
He has Bijan
Like Honey Dijon?
mustard son.
Son.
Yeah, he has a Dijon mustard.
The son of a mustard
So
son.
it's like Bijan Robinson mustard, but it's Bijan Robin Mustard. It's a Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard.
Dijon.
There you go. We got it.
So in the history of the NFL, how many guys had condiment endorsements? And this draft class has 2.
Didn't Mahomes get with Heinz?
No, he does that other ketchup because he does ketchup on a steak. But you can
Hunt's.
only say it again.
Hunt's.
Does he do Hunt's?
No,
I thought he had a certain brand of ketchup that he used from back home in Texas.
he was a delinquent and stolen from Whataburger.
Okay.
I can't remember what ketchup they have. Maybe it's Heinz.
I don't think it's Heinz. I thought it was something different. Could be wrong.
All right, I don't care anymore about
But
this.
he doesn't do an endorsement for it, so
He's got enough money. All right, did you see where Dwayne Haskins' parents filed a bunch of lawsuits?
I heard that the new report out is they believe he was drugged and robbed, and that's why he ended up in the road where he was hit by the dump truck.
What do you
Is
think
that
they?
correct? Did I hear that?
Yeah, that was the story. So I don't know. What do you think he got drugged with? They didn't say that part or how or what happened.
Young rich kid gets taken advantage of.
And that's I hope I don't know if I even want that to be true or not. Just the whole thing was kind of crappy, but it's still weird to hear it now.
It is. And it's sad. And then your name ends up getting drugged through the mud.
So all right, how about another quarterback? This time we'll go to somebody that's now a college professor. Did you see that one?
No, who's that?
Peyton Manning is a professor in Tennessee.
What's he going to teach?
I didn't have that part of the note.
I think it's going to be communications.
That sounds like the right degree. Is he just going to say Omaha a bunch of times?
I think that's it. Just Omaha over and over. Bring out some steaks.
As a quarterback, you have to be a good communicator, so maybe that works. What about the Ravens losing a preseason game finally? Does that matter?
Only to degenerate bettors like Johnny
Our buddy
Lawrence
last
that we had
week.
on last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, if you're betting on preseason, Lord help you, you got a problem.
What was the streak, though? It was like 17 games?
20 or 21.
They won 21 in a row in the preseason. Like, that matters.
It doesn't matter because you're like trying out. You're like special teams players. Who cares?
Nobody. I don't know. There's some fans that do, but they're stupid. All right, last thing I got, and then we'll jump into some other pop culture news and notes and things like that. Caleb Williams, I saw the odds. He was plus 500 to repeat. Are we going to get a 2-time Heisman winner for the second time ever?
Yes.
Do you see how he really thought about that?
He did.
Well, because I've been looking at the odds on it, and I think that you got to absolutely smash him. He's playing for USC. Second year with my boy there as head coach. I told you he's bringing national championships
He loves
out
them.
there.
He loves USC.
Not only will he win the Heisman, he'll win it walking away. Like, there's going to be who else gets invited to New York because we already know Caleb's getting the award.
So Biggie's taking the all-around as Vegas favorite because he's already in the room. Who else is joining him? And I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. And I don't know. It's always a quarterback's to win anyway.
I'll say this, USC will be in the playoff this year too.
I like that.
Not so bold prediction.
No, I mean, but it's somebody different for God's sakes.
Not so bold prediction. How many times USC been in it since it went to a 14 playoff, Mr. Chadthemark?
I feel like they should be a favorite coming into this year, though.
How many
I feel
times
like
they've
they're
been
that
into
good.
it?
I don't know. They haven't, have they?
All right.
Isn't that crazy? They were winning BCS titles before that.
Pete Carroll ain't walking through that door. Lincoln Riley is going to make it the Mecca of college football.
You like that? Was that his who's in? No, he was doing God, I can't think of names. Rumbling, stumbling.
That was Berman.
No, not Berman. It's help me out, Biggie.
The granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
The Mecca of college football.
What's his name?
Hold, announcer. Now you
don't know it.
Drawing a blank.
You don't know his name either.
I can see his face.
We're
I knew
falling
his name
apart.
until you asked me what his name was.
It's not Vern Lundquist. I know that much.
No, it is.
Damn it.
Oh, it's
He was trying to make me look bad, and he didn't know it.
Come at me for that shit. You know I'm out of my element here.
No, I knew exactly who it was, and I could see his face, and then you asked me, and I drew a complete blank.
Oh, you suck. I got to look it up right now. Keith fucking Jackson.
Yes!
God.
It threw me off because I knew it was Keith Jackson, and you asked me, and I said, Keith Jackson, no, he's an NFL tight end that retired. And then I couldn't think, and I just kept seeing
Did you say that out loud and I not hear you?
No, you didn't. That was in his
Oh,
head.
in my head, I said Keith Jackson.
Thanks for
I said,
clarifying.
No, that's the NFL tight end. And then I was just sitting there blank staring at the Raiders thing, thinking, John Madden. No, it's not John Madden.
All right, now that we got through that train wreck, did you watch The Swamp yet?
I have not.
I binged it last night, went through the whole thing. Anybody see it?
No, sir.
Nope.
You're killing me.
Tell us about the swamp, Chad DeMark.
So it is
You said swap, like wife swap.
no, the Gator doc we've been talking about.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My mind was elsewhere.
Swingers
Wife
U.
swap? Is that still a thing?
Absolutely. Go to pleasebangmywife.com.
No, that's not a wife swap. That's just a pornographic website you mentioned.
But it's true. Go to it.
Bang Bros.
Have you ever bought a subscription for porn, Biggie?
Why buy it when it's free?
That's a good answer. I was just wondering. All right, so the swamp,
Together.
the everything you think would be happening there probably happened.
I ain't above it, a man in glasses. Get this thing on track.
I was talking about it, and you want to derail it again.
All right, so what was your most interesting
You were looking
takeaway
so
from
forward to the Gators documentary, and it's out now.
Well, I was going to watch it on Sunday,
All
but
right.
I didn't feel like doing anything else.
After the fantasy draft when he's
outtake
dead.
I saw from it that I thought was really interesting, and I'm interested to see how in-depth it goes, was Urban Meyer said that after they won back-to-back national titles, they lost 2009 SEC championship game. He thought he was going to get killed.
No, but he goes through his anxiety pretty
He
bad.
thought he was going to die.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It was a problem.
Speaking of Pete Carroll, did you see the video of him throwing passes?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, he looked. I mean, he's
How old is Pete Carroll?
71,
Yeah,
and he looked
Spry out there.
he looked better than
all
Zach
the gum.
Wilson.
Yeah.
said Nicoretti's chewing all the time. But so Urban, not so much a spry Pete Carroll-esque, but when he got there, I never really thought of him as like this disciplinarian, but I guess he was, man. Like he was hard ass. And man, they would do these mat drills that it basically looked like UFC fighting. So I want you to imagine like just two Florida Gator football players like jumping down there, and the job is one of them just has to get the other side of the mat to the other, and the other guy can do whatever he can to stop him. I mean, you're talking about just can't throw punches in the face, I think. That was it. Would you do that?
Was Tim Tebow in any of these drills?
Tim Tebow was in some of these drills.
Oh, nice.
Tim Tebow was a madman on campus there.
I would have liked to have seen the Tim Tebow, Aaron Hernandez mat drill.
I don't know if they ever got parred up, but it was, man, dudes were puking, tore up after these things.
All I know is Tebow better not get underneath.
The higher power versus the Antichrist.
I'm just saying. Tebow knows.
Yeah.
I got to stay on the outside.
Yep.
They said they helped Tebow not feel like he had to party as much because every time if he ever went out anywhere with any of the players, they didn't care about them. They only cared about Timmy. So there was a whole narrative there where he was the anointed one. They were calling him Superman at the time. And the rest of the team.
How much love did they give to Chris Leak? Because that first national title was Chris Leak.
They did not give much love to Chris Leak.
How quickly they forget.
They talked about the whole reason why they went after Tebow. It's because they had Chris Leak. But yeah, it was a good time. And then like all the players are hanging out like on a dock somewhere fishing at the end of the thing. It's pretty solid. But it's the Urban Meyer practices and what he would make him do. And he was honestly like, I'm just trying to see who's going to quit. Like he was that type of coach.
Did he kick guys back then too?
If he did, they didn't say it.
Oh, okay.
But, it was intense, so maybe. I don't know. Mongo, you want to bring us home? You got any, or is your draft still going on?
He can close out of that. That team's so bad. I hope he didn't pay money to be in that league.
He tried to convince you that was your league too, didn't he?
He had me jumping. Our old Ray King league.
That's not till September.
Yeah, but you never know with Ray. It could have happened tonight. Change the date.
Yeah, true.
Competitive advantage.
Yeah.
Biggie's talking without the mic.
You're just talking into thin air.
Biggie.
On this evening in West Virginia.
He's still doing it. Biggie's still.
Big air.
Tonight.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
I will not. You have to live with that in the show
Come on,
forever.
Mongo, what you got?
So we're talking about Mongo's news now?
Yes.
Okay, well, last week I did miss the wildfires in Hawaii, but if you like your ham well done, Hawaiian pizzas are currently discounted. Discounted. Hurricane Hillary hit California hard this week, destroying thousands of emails, as Greg mentioned, washing shit off the streets, and causing suicides. But we usually don't talk politics on here, so we got to go equal both sides. Former President Trump is on his way to be arraigned, and I think he's got to actually spend time at the jail. Have you guys?
They just released his mugshot while we were doing the show. I saw it pop.
I got notification while we are doing the show.
For those of you that don't know, this time his indictment was for impersonating an orange. Have you heard about the jail that he's going to?
No.
So this prison where he's supposed to spend a little bit of time at, this is the one where a guy was eaten by insects.
That really happened?
It really happened. This really happened.
This is in Georgia, right?
Yes, Georgia.
I feel like there's a movie about this prison, probably.
Yeah.
It's got to be the fire ants.
I feel like A Time to Kill could have taken place near that prison.
It was Mississippi, just a couple states over.
So after he was indicted for impersonating an orange, his response was, "My skin is tremendous. It's great. You're gonna like it. It's wonderful."
I feel like his Trump sounds like Arnold.
Yeah, it was
Listen
Arnold.
to
Like,
me.
it's okay. It's
Listen to me.
they're kind of
My skin
This is not an orange.
President Joe Biden was angered by the impersonation and has changed his favorite ice cream from orange sherbet to the flavor Dirty Turtle. Mitch McConnell, in response, said, "Hold up."
Is that because he looks like a turtle?
It might be. In related news, Senator Dianne Feinstein was indicted for impersonating Walter Matthau in Grumpy Old Men.
Oh,
ATMs in Ireland are giving away
Yes.
free money.
did you see this?
Even if you don't have money in your account, you could still withdraw money. It would still give you money.
what account? Where does it come from?
I'm not sure.
It's a glitch in the ATM. It'll just let you take money out.
I can
I'm going down to the pub to be a local hero.
Yeah. President Zelensky has been spotted at several ATMs in Ireland.
So you got to cash in while you can. I did see it in real life, though. I saw the video of the line for it. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, why would you even wait in line? Like, whoever's in front of you is just going to take all the money.
No, I would keep going. I would put my card back in and keep going
Right?
until
Like,
it stopped.
you're not. Why is there a line?
Yeah. That line is one. There's no point
Exactly.
after that.
What are we looking at?
It's another horsefly or hornet or something. That we killed last week.
He's back for vengeance.
A shark.
His cousin.
A shark was found in a completely landlocked area off of a river in Idaho. I don't know if you guys saw this in the news.
Did not.
There was a shark that was found washed up on the bank of a river in Idaho. Wildlife officials are saying it's probably just a prank. Well, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with sharks washing up on rivers now?
I can see these kids are like, I got a great idea.
Yeah, let's get a shark out of the ocean, and we're going to put it on a river. And
Ain't better than that. Let's jump off the dock, Timmy. Oh, my leg's gone.
I unintentionally bought land shark beer.
Land shark.
Yeah, it just shows if you make a beer long enough, it will happen.
I guess.
And that is Mongo's mentionable moments.
Hey, there you go. That we'll take that for a W. That was worth the wait. I just hope absence doesn't make the heart grow fonder next time, and you can come back quicker. Is that fair to ask?
It's fair to ask. I will be gone next week.
He breaks our heart just like that. I don't think it matters.
I just burned my tongue.
Again.
Yeah. On Land Shark Beer. This show is brought to you by Land Shark Beer.
I didn't know they still made that.
They do.
Who is that? Is that an Anheuser-Busch? Who makes that?
Don't have my reading glasses, my spectacles. It's made in St. Louis, Missouri. Margaritaville Brewing Company.
I bet they just make one beer.
Yeah.
Follow up with a margarita. That or obviously a Mexican style.
I'm going to say Jimmy Buffett's got something to do with it.
I would say he's got the rights. Go ahead, Biggie.
No, I was going to say the same thing. Margaritaville maker. No one else would have that other than Jimmy Buffett.
Have you ever been to a Margaritaville?
I have, down in Grand Turks.
I have not.
I have, I think, Myrtle Beach, probably.
That's the only one I have been to as well. It was just kind of, it was fine.
You can only hear that song so many times.
So, yeah. Cheeseburger in paradise. Are you a big Jimmy Buffett fan?
I actually like Jimmy Buffett, but my experience at Margaritaville was better than your all's. I'm there on a cruise with a few young kids, and my ex-wife's out there twerking with 21-year-olds. So,
Oh, wow.
I'm like, there were signs. I just didn't see them.
How's that a better experience?
No, I mean, I was fine at the moment.
Your definition of a better experience is quite different than mine.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I was good at that moment.
Wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Turks and Caicos is probably a nicer cheeseburger in paradise.
Oh, it was great. It was great. You get out and you got out on the beach. It's completely clear up to your testicles.
nickname testicles.
He is shorter, so I don't know how deep that is.
It's true.
I'm ready to play some NBA Jam. Are you guys up for it? Or are we not allowing Mongo to touch the controller, Biggie?
I got a little better last time.
He needs to practice.
We've had some barn burners in here lately. I think we've had a halftime of like 18-16.
Yep, we like defense in here.
It's aggressive. You up for the challenge?
I'm always up for the challenge, whether or not I win or lose. Now, it just depends whether or not the computer wants to screw my three-point shooting ability up.
Y'all got to end the show with this and tell everybody what you're doing for the fantasy draft because you both are shaved. I'm not used to that. Biggie looks very childish now. Look at him. Childlike glow to him.
You know, I'm just happy that when I shaved my beard off, I only had 2 chins. That's probably
Instead
the
of
thing
3?
I'm happy it's about. Yep.
Yeah. Take your wins where you can get them.
We're going to roll in as the Anchorman crew. I'm Champ Kine this weekend.
So what does that entail? You said you're going to parade like him all weekend?
Well, for Saturday. It's going to be hot. I'm going to sweat through a suit. Going to have swaths, pit marks. Back will be all sweaty. But you're going to get a lot of whammy.
Mongo, your contribution to this?
I'm going to be Brick Tamlin. People like me because I'm rarely late.
That does help. What about you, Mr. Brown?
Brian Fantana, correct? And I like to wear Sex Panther.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Got your panther growl? All the listeners just got moist.
That's the smell of my desire, my lady.
With that desire, I'm desiring we end the show. Thanks for listening. We appreciate our guests that stopped by. Make sure you follow us on social media, all platforms. We don't know sports. And we're going to leave you with these voicemails. Enjoy these as we wind down. And hopefully we'll be back next week after the fantasy draft. We got a busy weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Alex from Trumbull, Connecticut. And being a Mets fan is a great way to teach your kid about disappointment.
This is Roscoe from Mississippi. Have you seen them arms on that new Saints quarterback, Derek Carr? Oh, my. He don't have to win any games. I just want to look at him.
So I'm a moderator somehow on Football's Life, one of your awesome groups on Facebook. And I almost don't want to be part of that because I get notifications of little bitches on the internet reporting really stupid fucking comments. Like, if you can't handle being in a group like that, then don't speak up and say anything because it's ridiculous. Some of the fucking shit you guys report. And it makes me angry. And I don't even care if you find me on that group and you want to say something because I think it's fucking stupid. I think there's a lot of really soft ass football fans out there. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a 49ers fan, but mainly it's the fucking Cowboys fans. And it's fucking sad. And I cannot wait for fucking football just so I can listen to all these crazy, insane people on this fucking group complaining about how terrible the Cowboys are. And every week we'll see we them boys, and then after Sunday's over and they lose, you won't hear it again for a while because they're gonna lose a lot. Anyway, I just think it's funny because the things that I see these grown ass men report, I just want to be like, my fucking niece is 6 years old and she would hurt your feelings. I'm so sorry. But anyways, I love y'all's podcast, obviously. Yeah, have a good night.